Hi, this is Greg Colossale, and this is my digital portfolio. Here we go. I started singing when I was a little boy, inspired mostly by my father playing Italian arias and my mother playing Elvis. By the time I got to high school, this man inspired me to become a choir director. He believed in me and took me under his wing, and I was his apprentice. He would send me to Chicago, where I would study with Mr. James Parks. And then I moved to upper state New York and studied at the Crane School of Music with Dr. Boris Lushin. My train of study was music education with a focus on choral directing. And here's my first choir job. I'm about 25 years old. I was really well accepted in the Glastonbury schools and embraced by the kids and parents. This is around 1999. The choir back then was about 65 kids. Within the next few years, I took the 65 kids and brought it up to about 340 kids. It was magical. When the tragedy of 9/11 struck, it seemed to be my job to gather the community, the kids, and the audience, and to sing beautiful songs with them to support America. Another memorable moment. Now, as all this musical achievement was happening, I secretly had a passion for what was called the backbeat, when you stress beats 2 and 4, like they do in rock and pop music. So I invented the group called the Backbeat Company because I wanted kids to experience American music. This idea took off, and although the first year I had to beg 30 kids to be in the group, by the time I came around to the second year or third year, people were auditioning like crazy. The Backbeat Company was so popular that I had to get super help funding it and getting support from the parents because it was getting too big for me to handle. They told me that I was a victim of my own success, and so I believed them, and I resigned from my public school job, rented a garage, and opened up what I called Backbeat City, a creative place for kids who needed a home. In that span of time, over 10 years of running Backbeat City, we grew and affected over 130 zip codes out of 169. Our growth was so rapid and so intense that many powerful businessmen came knocking to expand across the country. I was the lone choir director with just 30 kids. Now I had thousands of kids actively participating in my ideas and creations. And the schools were buying my programs and putting them into their schools. So often public schools, magnet schools, all Jewish schools, Catholic schools, colleges were starting to contract with Backbeat City, and we would go ahead and build choirs and build music programs for everybody. It was an exceptional, great idea, and it really took off. It's something I'm very proud of. To show you the impact, I think it's best to maybe not show pictures, but kind of watch and take a listen to all the people who were involved in this tremendous idea. I share this with you because as you build anything, even if it's religious or if it's in any capacity, when it's communal, there's something very special about what I'm capable of doing. And that's kind of why I'm showing you this.
It's more than just an organization or a place that you go to, it's a family.
I've really found a lot of true friends here, and to find like a home that I could always go to.
Backbeat has really given me a sense of solidarity and really a foundation.
Backbeat has brought out so much in me, whether it comes from singing or just being around a family.
I always love having like a lot of kids around because I feel like I could be a role model to them, and like they always help me out too.
This is a place where that really is ingrained in the kids. Find your passion, do what you love, be creative. It's a wonderful place for kids who don't necessarily fit in a checked box to explore and to become creative and to just be themselves.
Backbeat City, and Greg Colossale specifically, if I hadn't had him in my life at that point, I probably would have been too afraid to do something different than what everybody else in my town seems to do.
Learn love.
Learn love.
Listen, with Born This Way, you have to really look at not the good bit, no, not them.
No, like
the problem
look
is
at it
that
as a whole.
yes, because we
look like
are
but
having problems.
it doesn't look bad though.
No,
You mean right now it feels like it'll be bad?
No,
You don't got it, no, we're telling you it will be bad.
No, it looks
you don't
so
got
good. Learn Love is a message that we have that's very easy to understand.
It's really Greg's motto.
He would repeat it to us, like, just so many times throughout the day. Learn love, guys, learn love.
It's the lesson that you learn that forgiveness is always the best way to go.
Learn to love yourself, learn to love other people. No matter like race, size, gender, anything, like love makes everything work.
For all conflict, almost 100% of the time, we're going to go right to the high road.
To let go of anger and let go of stress and let go of hate.
Learn to love them for who they are and what they can bring to the table.
In music, like if we're not all operating on the same level and emitting like good vibes and love, like things just don't flow the way they should.
That just means you quickly forgive, you understand that humans are flawed, yourself included, that whatever incident or mistake happened was probably that. There could be a lot of hurt feelings, there's definitely problems, there's definitely emotions, but let's get to the high road as fast as we can. Let's forgive, let's forget, let's move on. Maybe even let's get together with this person eventually and befriend them.
And learn love has just become such a huge concept, all of us at
Along
Backbeat.
with being a teacher, I am also a very popular uncle as well. Some of the most proud work I do is the work I do with other people. That's part of my strength. Here's Eli Baker, a young man who got his start with me and who was quickly swooped up by Hollywood. He got a prime time leading role right after he left Backbeat City, and he was swept up into Hollywood, making a lot of money in a pilot called Growing Up Fisher. That would take off and do about 2 seasons, and they would be canceled, but he would be in with the stars, and it was a very amazing feeling for everybody at Backbeat City. By giving kids everything I had, I knew that as they got older, we would be tight, and here they are. I also was hired to direct and lead the adult choirs in town, so I have a long-standing history with, I always say I taught 3-year-olds and I taught 93-year-olds how to sing. Again, Backbeat City was hired to handle basically all music in a 40 square mile radius from a lot of people. A major aspect of Backbeat City in my teaching was getting kids to communicate, sitting together. I was so disenfranchised by cell phones and the cyber world and all that I demanded we took all the phones away from kids and put them in situations where they had to talk to each other. That's something I'm very proud of. Moms and dads loved what I did, and they came in droves to be part of it. Here's one of my longest students. He was 10 when I had him and 20 when he left. And again, Backbeat City's growth encompassed everyone from inner city. All kinds of people were part of it. Trey Frazier would be a new kid in town and who I gave a big chance to, and he would soon end up in Hamilton, leading the role of Hamilton and many other roles. Here he is with Lin-Manuel, who wrote Hamilton. One of our secret things that we talked about and had at Backbeat City and my kids had was a bond over the idea of forgiveness and compassion. And we called it Learn Love. I simply explained to them that in order to love somebody, you should know where they came from and who they are, and not just think everybody's the same. Every show we did was called Learn Love 1, 2, etc. Here, you're seeing about 6 teenagers, all over the age of 18, who asked their parents if they could have Learn Love tattooed on their body. Some have done it in English, there's Latin, Italian, and other languages. But that's something I'm very proud of because I knew I was teaching them compassion for humanity. And they felt it so deeply, they wanted to tattoo it on their bodies forever. These magnet schools really allow us to get access to all kinds of kids, which is why we call it a city. It's called a city because everybody's in a city. You've got all walks of life can live in a city.
When our students begin to think of singing and dancing the way they might see it in pop culture, and they connect to it and relate to it, and it's something they want in their lives. Well, Backbeat City is able to bring that reality to our school, get kids acting and singing and dancing with a positive message.
It's not just learning about music, it's not just learning about dance, it's
The
not
reason
just...
why I'm not really showing you clips of me and I'm showing you clips of everybody is because I believe in through children and families and through the inclusion that music does. Here I am at the Wailing Church singing a little bit.
On my shoulder makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high.
So I actually play the Hammond organ, which is an electric organ that was invented to help churches who couldn't afford pipe organs still have mass in church. It was invented in the 30s. It's an amazing machine.
If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world?
By adding me to your community and bringing me on board, you're really getting a singer who gets other people singing. And I use the piano to back myself up and to back up everybody. I don't try to get the attention as the master player. I know that the piano is just amazing at getting everyone to join along. So I'm a very confident and assertive, kind of a big guy, and I usually can get people going. I am not shy. I love people, and I look forward to working right under the pastor so that I can make them look good and support them in all kinds of ways. Incidentally, I am also a very master study of black culture and black spirituals. It was highly important to me and very influential in my music, and I taught many kids many spirituals. This is what kind of got me into a little bit of trouble in the public schools. not trouble, but, kind of was frowned upon because I kept on making them sing songs that had the word Jesus in it, including Silent Night. There's a great story that I'll share at the interview. But again, because I cover so much and so many different things, I figured I want to share them all. But they all have one central thing in common, and that's love. Love and togetherness and understanding. And I've never worked for a church, say, full time or without any other kind of work. But at the middle of my 40s, after a life of ups and downs and lefts and rights, it feels exceptionally real, exceptionally special that I might actually live on Martha's Vineyard and serve a community through Christ. It's more than I can actually explain. So I'll wrap it up with that. I have so much stuff. I just don't know what to show. I don't like to talk about myself, and I haven't applied for a job in a long time. So if you need anything, or if I'm doing it wrong, I'm sorry. I promise that if I was up and running and part of your institution, that there would only be a lot more people coming looking for the feeling of making music with me. It seems to be the only skill I have, and I look forward to doing it with you guys. Thank you.
If I had closed my mouth and opened my eyes, if I had cooled